Hello and welcome to Dingoes Ate My Podcast. I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
I'm Justin.
And this week we're talking about the episode, I Was Made to Love You.
Because it's always a wonderful thing to do. Just make somebody who loves you. There's not going to be any problems with it at all.
Alrighty, so this episode originally aired February 20th, 2001.
There you go, a little bit after Valentine's Day. Just keep the love a-truckin'.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Attracting 5.1 million viewers. Which, it'll go up for next episode.
Well,
Oh
of course.
boy, will it ever.
Well, this episode starts with Buffy ranting about her problems with Spike to Giles while pounding away at Puffy Xander. He's wearing a padded bodysuit.
Like those sumo wrestler games that you see at parties occasionally.
I love that. Aw, poor Puffy Xander.
You have to question, though, is that the new best Xander, or is that just another Xander?
Oh, this is really good Xander.
Careful, Xander might fall in love with Buffy again.
Yeah, so true.
Well, we don't have time to talk about the Buffy comics, Justin.
Oh my god.
Where-
Okay, anyway.
Where that relationship will be revisited.
Oh boy.
But not how you think. Xander consoles the Slayer about her love life, blaming the Hellmouth for her not being able to find a decent guy. Well, I mean, fair.
It doesn't exactly help that much.
A young woman, April, arrives in Sunnydale by car searching for her true love. Joyce nervously prepares for a date with a man named Brian with the help of her daughters. Can you spin once more? Once more. One more. Now the other way. You're just fucking with me, aren't you?
Yeah.
How many times was that? 4? 5? It's so good.
It's their job.
Anya and Tara discuss the internet and Anya's knowledge of online stock trading and websites. April approaches them asking if they know where Warren is, but the girls can't help her. April moves on to another person and asks the same question. Buffy and Xander dance at a university party while Anya, Tara, and Willow look on. After dancing, Buffy locates Ben at the party and casually catches his attention. They chat briefly but awkwardly, and Buffy asks Ben to dance. I love when April walks in. Xander's like, "Oh, she won't have any. She won't be alone for long." And Willow's like, "Yep." And Tara just looks at her like, "What was that?" Like, so good. Anya admires the Chad's mix. She's like, "How did they?" So good. With Xander, when April arrives at the party, still searching for Warren. Warren just so happens to be at the party and escapes with his date before April discovers him. April questions people at the party, telling them that Warren's her boyfriend and he lost her. Tara briefly shows jealousy when Willow, eyeing April, remarks, "Yeah, a pretty girl like that won't stay lonely for long." It's so good. Spike approaches Buffy while she's waiting, but she tells him off before Ben returns. Ben offers Buffy his number for a possible coffee date and isn't scared off when Buffy warns him of her bad history.
Well, no, Ben.
Ben has history. Glorious history.
Anyway, after seeing Buffy with Ben, Spike is inspired to hit on April, but his suggestive comment only angers her and leads to her throwing him through a window.
Perfect.
Thus, we get a point for an awesome episode.
Don't worry,
Spike gets thrown out a window.
It was just Spike.
Yeah, I love that. You can't go around throwing people through windows. Actually, it was Spike, so that was okay. Despite her amusement at Spike's pain, Buffy gets similar treatment when April throws her aside and leaves. They realize that April is a robot and needs stopping before she actually harms someone. Buffy returns home and Giles suggests that he not watch Dawn anymore because he can't do much more exposure to the habits of a young teenage girl. Well, first we started listening to aggressively cheered music. And then we ate cookie dough and talked about boys. I'm going to die.
The cookie dough wouldn't have been too bad, but yeah, I can somewhat understand that.
And then Joyce walks in and you start talking about her date, and Giles is just like, "Oh, fuck me."
Do get out while you can. Run.
Buffy's like, "Well, you could stay and listen to my mom talk about boys." It's so good. Giles is so miserable. Joyce returns home from her date in an extremely good mood, shocking her daughter with the joke that she left her bra in Brian's car.
I was mildly surprised by that. I'm like, wow.
Joyce gets her best joke ever in this episode. She turns around. Oh, she tells Buffy that she left her bra in the car.
Mom!
Well, you gotta make it count.
And then she's like, "Oh no, it was actually on the dessert tray." It's so good.
No, stop, enough.
I can't hear about this. April goes door to door searching for Warren's residence. Willow finds Warren on her computer and the house where he could be living. The gang talks about Warren and how he made April to fill a void in his life. Buffy finally gets up the nerve to call Ben, but the phone rings to Gloria's place. She morphs into Ben to answer the phone, and the date is made for coffee. Warren rushes to get packed and move away from with his current girlfriend, Katrina, but she doesn't seem to understand why. Buffy shows up at Warren's in search of answers relating to April, while Katrina finally walks out, upset about being kept in the dark. Warren reveals to Buffy that he made April to love him, but she became boring after a while and he left her, letting her batteries run down. I have to tell you something about April. Something you couldn't possibly know. She's a robot.
Yeah, no shit, and?
I love that. And? It's so good.
It's like, yeah, we kind of deduced that already.
Anything else?
Meanwhile, the Scoobies are discussing the situation at the Magic Box when they receive a visit from Spike, but he is forcibly removed.
Mm-hmm. The last thing that they want is to be pardoned the whole, oh, I love Buffy, but can't get closer because she doesn't like me. Can you guys help because you're friends with her?
Yes, Giles makes it very clear.
Very clear.
He's full on Papa mode in this.
Good strong moment for Giles.
Katrina encounters April at a park, and April uses force to make Katrina admit that Warren is her boyfriend. Warren finally tells April that he can't love her. Then April turns on Buffy and the two fight. Buffy damages April's electrical work, and she is finally stopped. After talking with April in her final moments, Buffy realizes that she doesn't need a man in her life, also admitting that despite Xander's belief that April was a crazed robot, Buffy knows that she was trying to do everything she knew how to do to make the one she loved happy, but fails to draw the subtle parallel between April and Spike. Buffy leaves a message for Ben on his answering machine canceling the date, but Gloria listens to the message, not Ben. Spike confronts Warren about making a robot for him, one based completely on Buffy. Warren refuses, but Spike won't take no for an answer. When Buffy comes home, she calls out to her mother and finds her laying on the living room couch. Worried by her mother's awkward appearance, Buffy calls out to her, but Joyce doesn't move and doesn't answer.
Ends the episode.
Yep. Also, Joyce got a thing of flowers from Brian.
How nice.
It was so nice.
Yep.
And then not so nice.
And then it gets really bad.
Yay!
Yeah. So, what did you guys think of this episode?
Fun episode.
Yeah, up until the last 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, take that, soul.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster. It had its highest moments, and now we're...
So, about this robot that Spike's going to be getting.
Oh, boy.
We're going to get a Buffy bot.
Yeah, I see where that's going.
Oh, boy.
It's going very, very good places.
You are making this or else.
And
so
ding,
good.
ding, ding, Spike's obsession level goes up another peg. Ugh.
Just wait.
It's gonna be good.
Oh.
It's gonna be good when it gets there. But first we need to deal with
Every single
other
flipping
things.
level of cringe.
Well, let's just say it's...
Oh yay, we're gonna go to the unseen level of cringe. Ugh.
Would the robot be counted as a slayer?
No.
Okay.
Robots
Just a
can't have superpowers.
Robots just are robots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. The robot is not a Slayer. That would be fucking awesome.
April did kind of just throw Spike out the window.
Yeah, but like you could have like robot arms are stronger than people arms.
Yeah,
I guess so.
I mean that's just science.
Sure.
So when Buffy tells Warren her name and asks him, "Do you know who I am?" Obviously that tells us that Warren was around in the high school.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
He did go there for one semester, and it just kind of like establishes him as being a part of Buffy's past that we haven't seen yet. He will be important come season 6.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
I could supposedly see, I question how, but I'm sure that we'll most likely get that at some point.
Boy.
Also,
you remember the dress that Joyce was wearing? It's the same one that she wore in the season 2 episode Ted.
Oh boy.
When she had a robot boyfriend.
Oh man, the callbacks to things related to the episode.
That episode.
Oz gets referenced in this episode. He won't
He
be
does.
referenced again until season 7, by the way.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Katrina will have a small role in a season 6 episode, but other than that, she won't be back. I'm trying to think of anything else that's really important here. Yeah, nothing really.
Yeah. For the most part, it was kind of one of those little throwaway episodes. Oh, hey, we did the idea of a robot boyfriend. How about a robot girlfriend?
I love how Xander's kind of like, yeah, I'm okay with that.
And the foreshadowing of a robot Buffy.
Yes, very true.
Well, it's not foreshadowing when Spike just says, "You're going to make me a robot Buffy."
Do it now.
Well, yeah, I know. It's foreshadowing like a punch to the gut. Well, I mean, the other part was a punch to the gut.
So we don't actually know what happens to April's, I guess for lack of a better term, body.
Yeah.
Because it never appears again. But it's possible that he just reused those parts to make Buffy. The Buffy blood.
I suppose, but then it's kind of a question of he ran off and it was left with Buffy. What exactly did Buffy do with it? Did she leave it on the swing set, or...
Yeah, because there's some dead body robot just sitting on the swings.
Who knows? It's never been solved.
Or did Buffy go, "Here's your dead robot girlfriend"?
I want that scene. Can we make that happen?
Well, would it be a question of just kind of the drop thing, or would she kind of chuck her at him?
And then Spike comes in, "Okay, make it into a Buffy robot."
Okay, so that was I Was Made to Love You. Do either of you have any questions about where we're headed or anything else?
Oh no, I have a decent idea where we're heading. If that gut punch of an ending to this episode was not enough of a tell.
Well, somehow Glory has to fall into this later.
Well, that's true. Also, yeah, no, with this one, yeah, I'm pretty sure Glory is a little bit upset, and I think that's probably the last thing we need to do for Glory is make her more upset.
There has to be some kind of follow-up to that non-date that happened.
Yeah, Glory got dumped. I don't think she'll take that very well.
It was Ben that got dumped.
Yeah. Glory just found out about it.
Yeah.
Nah,
They have like different personalities and shit, so.
I suppose.
Different conscious.
Consciousness, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So for international titles, in French, it's Heartache, which seems like it would be a more appropriate title for next week. And in German, it's Programmed to Love.
That's
Yeah, that's apt.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So for music, band Caviar provides OK Nightmare. The band Los Straitjackets. 10 on 10 name. How the fuck do you pronounce that? Kawanga? Kawanga? I don't know. Melanova provide Heidi Ho. That's funny. That's funny. And Thomas Wanker with the original score. Alrighty, so next week we're going to do the super, super duper cheery episode called The Body.
I detect sarcasm from Paul's voice.
The sarcasm is very high.
Yes, not an episode that takes me 3 hours to watch. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
The Body is widely considered the absolute best episode of the series.
Mm.
But it is not an easy watch. So, a short little synopsis of The Body. Buffy is shocked to find her mother dead after returning home, and has to learn how to cope with her mother's death. That's about it.
Yeah, that's pretty much the episode.
Yep.
Play us out with the Sunshine Lollipop song. Not really, because
There's a vampire, I think.
There is one at the very end.
I mean, not even... I don't think Spike is in the episode.
No, he is not.
So, yeah.
There's literally one vampire who gets killed very quickly and very brutally.
Yeah.
I guess they need to stick close to the title in some way.
No, that was done for a very specific reason.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that'll be next week, and it'll probably be quite a long episode because I have a lot to say.
Yeah.
But until then, I'm Paul.
I'm Dave.
And I'm Justin.